Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. So today we are going to do a Q&A. So I sent a tweet out that I got a lot of response for. So yeah, it was incredible to see. So yeah, it was nice that a lot of people gave me a lot of good questions. So yeah, in this video we're gonna answer as many as possible. So yeah, let's get into the video. So before we get into the Q&A in this video, I just wanted to say that it's been a massive journey. I've reached 900 subs on YouTube. Let's go! I can't believe it. 900 of you have subscribed to my channel. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you. So on this video, I'd love to get 50 likes. So go ahead and smash that like button. Shows your support for the channel and it really helps out the video and the growth of the channel. So yeah, thank you so much. So yeah, let's get into the first question. So yeah, the questions, they're just gonna appear there. So yeah, I'm gonna scroll through the Twitter feed and yeah, just answer the questions. So yeah, let's get the first one up. So the first question is, who was your favorite Barca and Ajax player growing up? So let's do the Barcelona player. So my favorite Barcelona player growing up was Ronaldinho. Yeah, pretty insane skiller. He was a joy to watch on the pitch, man. That guy. I still watch some of his YouTube videos from time to time. It just gives me joy to watch him play football. Favorite Ajax player growing up? Well, it was the class of like '95. So you had players like Kluivert, you had Seedorf, you had Davids, you had yeah, so many great players that turn out to become legends for football. And yeah, I think one of my youth heroes that also started at Ajax was Dennis Bergkamp. I really loved watching him play. So yeah, those are kind of like the favorite players growing up. Thanks, Ahmed, for that question. Then we have Jaden FCB. My favorite player that doesn't play for FC Barcelona. Currently, I love watching Phil Foden play, and Kevin De Bruyne and Aguero. Actually, also before he came to Barcelona, was one of my favorite players. In Ajax, I've also got Dusan Tadic, Gravenberg, Anthony. Those are some of the players that I love watching at Ajax. So yeah, thanks very much. Then I've got Bramit FCB. Favorite player growing up? I kind of answered that question, but yeah, I think it's yeah, players like Dennis Bergkamp and the Holland squad we had at the time with Kluivert up front. We had even the brothers De Boer. They were actually pretty good for the Netherlands. We had Davids, we had Seedorf. Actually never really played well for the Netherlands. He played really good for club football. Yeah, those were kind of like my favorite players growing up. The Milan squad was a little bit like just before my time. Loved watching the Milan team play, and then Barcelona in the early 2000s with players like Giovanni van Bronckhorst when he went there. Yeah, some of the other Dutch players' names are going out of my mind now, but then later obviously with Ronaldinho and the joy he brought on the pitch. Then I've got FC Best 2. He's asking shampoo. It's L'Oreal. I said that in a tweet already, but thanks very much. It's a good joke. Best De Jong moment or match of Barcelona for you? I think the best moments De Jong had so far for Barcelona were in the Copa del Rey this season. He had some incredible matches, obviously pitched in a few goals as well. So yeah, it was an incredible achievements that he had, and he really elevated his play this season, and I think he was top 3 performer of Barcelona this season for sure. Then I've got Kuli Ashi. If you had a chance to control our transfers, which players would you sell and buy? And then prices according to transfer market. Wow, it's very difficult, but I would definitely try and sign a very good centre back, like a proven one, maybe Koundé or De Ligt or Upamecano, but I think he's off the market. So yeah, or Lisandro Martinez from Ajax, also a good shout. So I would definitely go after a centre back, and also Gaia, because I think Balde from the La Masia is not yet ready to go in the first team. So Jordi Alba definitely needs competition on that position. For selling, yeah, it's the obvious ones, but I would try and sell one of the forwards like Griezmann or Dembele, just because they are some of the only players that you can still get a lot of cash for. So yeah, I would try and sell one of those to free some cash for the defensive signings. So yeah, and then all the other obvious sells like Umtiti, like Coutinho, like Langley, and so on. So yeah, I think those would be some of the sales to make, which I know he's on it, but it's very difficult. We've got 3 Vasta. Who do you think our left back will be when Firpo leaves back up for Alba? Yeah, I mean, I would love to see them get Gaia. I think he would be a great backup, and he could even fight for a starting spot with Jordi Alba. He's a great player at Valencia. So yeah, I would definitely try and go for Gaia. Then I've got Rohan Asur. He's asking, any other sports you're passionate about, Marcel? Well, there's not really another sport that I love watching like football, but I enjoy tennis as well to watch on TV, and American football and basketball. Basketball I actually played for 11 years when I was younger. Then I've got Harshal. According to you, who deserves to win the Ballon d'Or this year? I think it's all gonna depend on the European Championship and the Copa America this summer. So like, for example, if France win the Euros, definitely one of the French players will get the Ballon d'Or, and it's likely with all the PR he's getting, it will be Kante. Now, if Argentina wins the Copa America, I could also see Messi winning it, especially if he's got a very big performance in some of the knockout stages of the Copa America. Then he could definitely snatch it also, but I think the bookie favorites is Kante at the moment. My favorite football memory, there's a few there. So thanks Juan or Kai. I think one of my favorites was when I was younger. It was the Bergkamp goal against Argentina in the semi in the quarterfinals. It was like in the last minute of the game. He takes a touch, the ball comes from behind him, he puts it dead, and then smash it in the back of the goal, and commentator went nuts. That's one of my favorite football memories. And yeah, another one is when a little bit recent was the Netherlands team in 2010 when we beat Brazil also 2-1, and then Schneider did the winning goal header, and he goes like this to the camera. That was so funny. So yeah, that's some of my favorite football memories. And then Ed is asking, any one thing from Barca's history you would like to change? Getting Bartomeu elected. That's a very easy question. I think he ruined a lot of Messi's good years. Then I've got Millie. She's asking, any favorite players or rising stars on the Danish national team? So for this question, I kind of had to look at the squad list for the Danish to be able to answer this. So Christian Eriksen obviously started at Ajax, so I would love him to do well in the tournament. Kasper Dolberg, also another Ajax youngster. He picked up his career back up in, I think he plays in the French league now, if I'm not mistaken. Poulsen also has been very good for Leipzig, a good player. Martin Braithwaite, he will probably lead the attack for Denmark, so yeah, I would love for him to do well. Yeah, and then in terms of the young players, I think maybe you can class him young, but he's doing very well for Spurs right now, which is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. So yeah, I love watching him play as well for Spurs. So yeah, those I think are some of their key players. I could be wrong, Mili could correct me after this, but yeah, that's some of the players that I would like to do well. Then we have Ritwik, who's asking me, reveal your fantasy team for the Euros. I don't actually play fantasy for the Euros, man. I just try to enjoy it, and I would potentially just forget to switch the players out. So yeah, no fantasy team for me for the Euros. I've got Sarvesh. Does Barca need to play a more direct game of football? Some games, yes, but it's kind of against the philosophy of Barcelona. So it's always about the possession play. It's just about now finding the right players to deliver that and get back up to the usual level of the fast combination football, dominating the pitch and scoring goals that way. Then I've got my man Rishaf. He's saying, how did you become a Barcelona fan? That's a very good question. In the early 2000s, just after the Ajax success in '95, Louis van Gaal went to Barcelona. He became Barcelona coach, and yeah, he was obviously the successful coach that was with Ajax before that, and yeah, that really started grabbing my interest in Barcelona. And yeah, he started bringing some of the Dutch players there, like I mentioned before, like Van Bronckhorst and stuff like that. So I really started to follow Barcelona at that time. And yeah, also obviously with Cruyff's involvement, he was still a lot on the TV in the Netherlands back in the day. So yeah, he would talk about Barcelona as well, so that always grabbed my attention as well. So that's kind of how I then became a Barcelona fan. Then I've got my man Ashura. Till which stage can the Netherlands reach in the Euros 2021 with the Boer? Ah man, I'm not very confident with the Netherlands for this tournament. I think we will be able to get to the knockout stages, but I don't think we can get further than the round of 16. So the Boer, this is your chance to prove me wrong. I'm wearing my Dutch jersey, so you better shape up, man. Now I've got my good mutual John Maria Laportomeo. That guy. Would Ricky Puig be a regular starter if he's changed his name to Ricky de Puig? I don't know, man. I know the Dutch jokes are gonna keep flowing, but I'm glad Wijnaldum didn't come, so at least that trolling is gonna stop now. I've got Faz Mohammed. He's saying, will the Netherlands reach the semis of the Euros? I don't think so, but I hope the Boer can prove me wrong. Then I've got my man Steven, favorite player from Barca history. So if you mean by that before the current crop of players, that would be Ronaldinho or Xavi or Iniesta. But obviously Messi will far surpass all of them with because he's the greatest player of all time. Then I've got my man Tiku. If you were a professional footballer, what would be your preferred position? Oh man, I used to play for my school football team. I played striker and scored some goals. So I would probably be that lanky striker, like a crouch type of striker that would head the balls in and get them goals up front in the box. Then I've got Frederick Barreto. Have you ever played a proper football tournament for your school or any club academy? Yeah, when I was like in my late, like just before turning 10, no, actually just after I turned 10 until 12, I represented my school team, which that was really fun. So yeah, I played striker, as I just mentioned. It was really fun playing that and representing the school. Then I've got my man Mez. Is the pie really needed in Barcelona? I think he will do a better job than Dembele. So in that case, yes, but I would also think if it does come that but Laporta is probably going to try and sell either Dembele or Griezmann, just because otherwise there'll be too many forwards. And the same with, like, for example, Trincao probably would also need to look for either a loan deal or a way out. But I would probably push for a loan deal, because I can see Trincao still being a very, very talented player. Then I've got my man Instinct Magic. He always comments on these, so I love that. How do you think the Netherlands will do in the Euros? I think knockout stages, first round, mate. I think round of 16 and we're out. Then I've got my man Sanish Date. He's asking, when are you visiting India? I would love to visit India soon, because I've met so many great people on this platform from India. So yeah, I would love to visit there soon. But obviously first the pandemic needs to be over, because India is now in a much worse situation than here in Europe. So my thoughts go out to my mutuals in India. I really hope the situation gets better soon, guys. Then I've got Nadia. She is asking, who do you think should be replacing Frank de Boer as the Netherlands manager if they don't go far in the Euros? So my favorite candidate would be Peter Bos. He's an ex-Ajax player, ex-Ajax coach. So yeah, I would love to see him be the coach of the Netherlands national team, or Ten Hag. But Ten Hag obviously just started his coaching career in club football, so I don't think he will switch to national team football yet. But yeah, I would love to see Peter Bosz, or even Van Gaal would have done a better job for this tournament, man. So yeah, I think those would be some of my choices that I would do. Then I've got my man JT Threads. Who's your favorite Spanish player you've watched? So that's going to be between Fernando Torres and David Villa. Back in the day, I really enjoyed watching those attackers. But obviously also some of the other Spanish players would be Xavi and Iniesta, incredible midfielders. But I remember having a soft spot for David Villa just because of how passionate he celebrated his goals, and also a two-footed player, lethal striker, totally underrated in Barcelona's history in my opinion. And I've got Condroy Concesio. Who do you think will be the underdog for the Euros? Man, I think before the Euros I was really going in high for Turkey to go far in the tournament, but obviously in the opening game they got beat 3-0 by Italy. Hopefully they can regroup, but Turkey, I can see them go quite far. Or otherwise, if you can close an underdog, but maybe unexpected, I think England, you shouldn't sleep on England. I think they could go quite far too. Then I've got my man Muhammad Foxer Hassan. What about Lisandro? Why Scolani make him starter? He had a really excellent season for Ajax. He played really well in any of the European games that he played. He just played very good for Ajax in general, so I would love for him to start for Argentina. And I just think he would bring a lot of ball playing, defending skills into the Argentina backline, so that's definitely needed. He could definitely be a big player for Argentina in the tournament. Then I've got Hindu Kula. How far do you think Barcelona will go in the Champions League with the signings they've made, including Depay? Yeah, I think Barcelona would definitely get quarterfinals or maybe even semi-finals. It's just gonna be one of those things that if they have a good start of the season, they could really go quite far in the Champions League. I don't think that on paper they can win the Champions League, but obviously we could all be proven wrong next season, so that would be my prediction for that. Then I've got the Barca way, or Xavi Goat FC. Your top 5 of all time was in my previous video, so I'm not gonna answer this. I'm just gonna leave my previous video in the link. Shameless plug, yeah. So yeah, I answered this question in my last video. Then I've got Dan GFX. Go follow him, he makes incredible edits. So yeah, Dan, thanks for dropping a question. At least something positive about Cristiano you thought. Well, I always said this, the best version of Cristiano Ronaldo that I've watched in my time was the one at Manchester United. He was an incredible winger back in the day. He was very fast, very agile, skillful on the ball, incredible shot on him. So yeah, I think that was his best version. How he developed himself over the years is kind of, I think he adapted his play style to play according to, you know, what is demanded of him and the different teams that he plays for. I think that's kind of what he adapted to. So thanks very much, Dan, for the question. Then I've got my man Rashad Rahman, who I have to shout out. He gave me the idea of this video, so thanks so much for that, my man. Reckon Argentina can go all the way and lift the Copa America this time? Man, I would definitely hope so. I'm definitely rooting for Messi to do it. They could definitely do it. They've got all the right tools. The team plays a lot better together. They've got a much better defense. The coach is fairly decent. He makes some questionable picks sometimes with Otamendi, but they're definitely in better shape than they were in the last few years. So I could definitely see them doing it. But it's kind of, they need to have a little bit of luck on their side as well. So yeah, let's see how the Copa America goes this summer. Thanks very much for the question, Rashad. Lewis, not a question, but I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm having a good day. Thanks very much. The weather is awesome outside, so that always helps. And then I've got the last question of today is Liverpool FC fan. My celebrity crush, that's Black Widow or Scarlett Johansson. I think she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. So yeah, she's my celebrity crush. Yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching today. That was my Q&A. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions. The responses have been incredible, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for submitting your questions. It's really great to see. If I didn't get to your question, I'm really sorry. The tweet is obviously on my profile, so there was a lot of reactions to it, so I tried to answer as many as possible, but I couldn't get all of them. So yeah, if you like this video, leave a like, put some comments under it and give me some feedback on the video. And yeah, see you on the next video. Ciao.